Hi everyone. So today we're gonna focus on the new features of the LiveTag.Pro 1.9. So we're gonna go through all the capabilities of the software. We're gonna through all the features. We're gonna start from the scratch to let you know how to move around the software, how to go through entire work path from the new project of coding through the drawing, final presentation, assembling and rendering the final video. So let's start. The first step is to create the workspace. The workspace is like a separate database, so you have to remember that all the tags, all the players, all the clips will be separated into different databases. So that's why you can create a workspace and use it as a place to work with different teams like under 19, under 17. So if you work with a couple of teams, that's a good idea to divide the work into the workspaces. Okay, so we're gonna create the U workspace. We're gonna call it guide. Okay, and now you can see that we are in the project wizard, so you can use this one yellow button to create a new project. You have a couple of types of projects in the LiveTag.Pro. So we have dynamic drawing video mode, we have dynamic drawing hybrid mode, dynamic drawing single frame mode, static drawing, tagging, montage, 3D player layout, and tactical board. Okay, so that's the one way how you can create a project. So let's say we're gonna create new tagging and we will import the new video from my disk. So I click import new video. Okay, and now we're looking for the game that we have prepared before. So let's find it. Okay, somewhere here. Let's say, okay, this match. Oh no, that's this one. Okay, we have it. So we have the match Belgium-Lithuania. Okay, and now we can select the two options of coding. But before we go there, let's get back for a while to the media list. So now you can see that here we have uploaded video, and by right mouse button you can also go to the features, to the options, to the project types as we discussed before. Before we go to the coding, it is always worth to prepare the list of players and teams, right? So firstly I will create a team. So let's say Belgium. Okay, we have on the right side the team, and on the left side we can create a new player. So let's call it John Doe. Okay, and on the right side you have a couple of adjustments, couple of settings of the player, like number, name, surname, birth date, height, weight, and also you can assign this player to the team. So let's assign the John Doe to the Belgian team. On the top menu, you can also upload the players and the teams from the files. So you can also import, export like internal LTP type of file and move it between the workspaces. Okay, here you have the finder, like the search bar, so you can just write down the name and find the right guy on the list, or of course one. So that's the one element that is worth to prepare. Okay, here we have tags. The tags are the codes, right? So here you can manage your list of codes you're gonna use during the coding. So let's create a new tag. The first one is gonna be the pass. Okay, on the right side, like usual in the software, you have the settings. So here you can change the color. So let's make it green. Here you can set the duration time of the code, because in the standard type of codes that we're gonna make now. So it works like you have the 5 seconds of negative time and 10 seconds of positive time. Of course, you can adjust this time to your own needs by right mouse button click on the value here, or by just sliding the slider above. Right here, you can also assign a shortcut key for this tag. Let's make it P. Okay, letter P, and that's all. What else? Let's create a new type, another type of code. Let's make it attacking phase. Attacking, right? And here we're going to use the continuous mode. The continuous mode is another type of code that going to be active as long as you don't click second time the same shortcut, right? Of course, we're going to show that during the coding, but let's add the A shortcut key. And now we can create another one. So let's make a defend. So we're going to have defending phase. We're going to change the color, for instance, for the red one. And we also set the continuous mode, and we set a shortcut key D. But now we're going to use another feature that we have here, is a tag to deactivate. So for defending phase, the tag opposite tag is going to be attacking phase. And for attacking phase, it's gonna be defending phase, right? So we're gonna save one click every time we're gonna switch the phases, switch the phase of the game, the situation that our team is. Okay, here we can group the tags into the group of tags, and here we can create the coding board. So let's create a new coding board. And here you can see that we have a blank space. We can, of course, change this background of our coding board into that anything. So you can upload any graphic by clicking here to the selecting files icon. But we're gonna keep the gray color for today, and we just add a couple of buttons. Here you can see that we can add the new button. We have plenty of different shapes of the button that we can use. Of course, we can change the font style, we can change the color. So we have a couple of options to make it like more adjust for our needs. And here there is a couple of important elements like link to tag, link to player, link to team. So let's create the button. Let's take maybe a circle, and we're gonna link this button to the player. Okay, so we select John Doe, and we click accept. Okay, so we can see that we have Doe from Belgium team. Okay, we can make it circle, we can make it like this. Okay, so let's add another button. So now we're gonna link to tag, and we're gonna link to pass. Okay, we're gonna make it a rectangle. And now you can see that we can start creating our board. So for instance, we can add the tags to the top part of the coding board, and players to the bottom part, right? So now let's add another tag, link to tag, attacking phase. Okay, and now we can change the shape, for instance, to the triangle, accept, and we have attacking phase. So we can move it, let's say, to the right side, right top corner. Let's add a new button. Okay, link to tag, defending phase, and for instance, defending phase we set as another type of triangle, accept. Okay, so now we can wear it like this. Maybe we're gonna change, it's gonna be looking more good. So we're gonna change it to this one, and we're gonna make the, let's say, green color for attacking phase, defending phase, pass, and John Doe Belgium. The rule of working with the coding board during the coding is that if you click task and after that you click player button, the task, the situation, the event, gonna be automatically assigned to the player you have chosen, right? So that's important. Of course, we're gonna show that while we're gonna do the coding part. Okay, so let's say we are mostly ready with our set of codes, and now we're gonna go back to the media, right mouse button, go to tagging mode. Okay, in tagging mode, in general, we have two types of codings. The first one is standard mode, the second one is manual mode. Let's start from the standard mode, okay? On the left side, you can see list of codes. Down on the bottom part of the video, we have the timeline where we're gonna add the codes during the coding. Here we have the new feature. It appears from the 1.new version, and it is like output detection of the cuts. It's especially useful when we're talking about the video from the television, where we have a lot of zoom in, zoom out, when we have replays, when we have also some like scenes on the bench, on the supporters, and so on, so on, so on. When we have the solid video without any scene changes, this feature won't work, right? Because it works based on the changes of the scenes. Okay, so how to start coding? Of course, we can start by clicking play, and we're gonna have that video on. But before, we have a couple of buttons on the top menu here. Coding boards, so you can see that we can just enable the coding board that we just prepared, so we can working on coding boards as well. We can detach the window, so we can have the window on the second screen, right? So you can use one screen for coding board, another one for the video player, and for the codes that you have prepared. Okay, camera angles, it's also a new feature that appears in 1.9 version. So here you can add another videos from the same match. If you have more than one angle, you can just upload another video. For instance, you have the side view cam and also the drone view cam, and you can cut during the coding, you can cut two videos at the same time, right? Of course, you can change the view from the sidebar to the grid bar, to the grid view, to the touch view. So you have a couple of options here, but we're gonna use only one video in this case. So let's get back to coding. Okay, so let's click start. Let's wait for the first whistle, and as you remember, we have two types of code. Okay, let's say we're coding the Lithuania team, so now we are in attacking phase. Okay, so you can see that we start adding the attacking phase on our playlist. Okay, and as long as, okay, we lost the ball as Lithuania, now we are in defending phase. Okay, and again, we're gonna be in attacking phase, and you can see now the opposite, how the opposite tags works. So I just click the attacking phase, and we just stop defending phase, and now the attacking phase is on the timeline as an active one. Okay, we can stop now because we have the powers in the game. Okay, and now we are again in the attacking phase. In the meantime, of course, we can add the passes. So pass number 1, pass number 2, pass number 3. Okay, we lost the ball, so we are in defending phase now. Attacking phase is deactivating. Okay. And okay, attacking phase again. Let's make a pause here. What is important? On the right side, every single code you have used is sorted by the type and by the like time of that happened, right? So you can also see on the right side the three icons. So that's the hard, smart phase, and the sad phase. You can filter in by those three icons after the game. And what is even more important, if you click double time on the clip here, you can adjust the time of this clip to be even more strict with the single frame in this case, to have the action adjust to your data in 100%, right? So we have a couple of clips here, but before we use those clips for something more advanced, I mean drawing or statistics, let's go back for a while to the list of media, and we're gonna use one more time the same video for coding, but now we're gonna use the manual mode. Okay, manual mode, and what we can see now is like empty space on the left side. There are no tags, no coding board, because in this mode we are using only one button. It's a space button. So I just click play again and click space button. So here you can see that we have a blank tag without any name. So let's wait for the end of this action. We will see what is going on. Okay. So we were in attacking phase. The John Doe was involved in the attacking phase. What's important, this small icon, when you click it, right mouse button, all next tags will be automatically assigned to the John Doe, right, to the player. So it is extra useful, especially when you do the like individual analyze of the player, right? So then you don't have to like click every single time. Okay, John Doe, okay, and so on, so on, so on. So we have involved John Doe. We can add the comment, good decision, in this case. Okay, and we can also set the location of this situation. Okay, confirm. Okay, we click one more time the space button, and now let's say we have the pass by John Doe, and it was from this location to this location. Confirm. Okay, and let's say we have another action, and we're gonna add a new tag. It's gonna be shot. Okay, shot, and we have a shot by John Doe, and it was from this location to this location, and it was in that part of the goal. The shot was taken to that part of the goal, but it was saved. Confirm. Okay, so that's the second option of coding. I would like to back one more time to the first option of coding to show you how the coding board works. So media, right mouse button, go to the tagging mode, standard mode, okay? And we are again in our Belgium-Lithuania game. So we can enable coding board. And you can see if I click start, play, and now I click pass by John Doe, you can see that the timeline, let's say this the small bar on the timeline, we have the pass information. We know that was the Belgian team, and we know that it was John Doe. Okay, another option how to add information about the player or some more details like comments. You can click right mouse button on the bar on the timeline, And now you can click add player, okay, John Doe. Now we can click set team, okay, Belgium. Or here we can just add the comment and we can write down the comment, and that's how it works, okay? So we have the three options of codings. The fourth one, I think also worth to mention, is like a semi-integration with a couple of external softwares, external files. If here you can see that we have the export options, couple of export options. So we have LiveTag.Pro, internal file, StatsBomb, SportsCode, YScout, Playmaker 6. Okay, so that's a couple of options that we support now. And let's say I would like to upload the YScout file, let's say for this game, okay? So now I'm just click YScout, okay? I'm searching for the right file, so, okay, downloads, and let's find the file. I guess the file is from another map, but it doesn't matter in this case. So now I can select the players that I'd like to have in the analyze. I have the actions, events that I'm gonna use, and also the teams, okay? So I have from like PostNaviRL, but it's okay for today. So I click OK, and as you can see now, I have every single situation from the game already coded. Of course, you can combine like your own principles with the codes done by like third-party company. But in this case, you can see that everything on the right side is already sorted into the types. So here we have the shots of targets, right? And that's how you can also use those clips for the further analysis. Okay, so to summary the coding parts, we have a couple of options. It's a standard one where you use the shortcut key, when you use your mouse, where you use your coding boards. The second option is a manual one where you use only one button, space button. After that, you have the window to set tags, players, comments, and the location of the event on the field. And the third option is the semi-integration with external files, XML files, and thanks to that, you can just upload that file to the video, and all actions are already counted and sorted into the types of the event. Okay, based on the codes, we have also a couple of options inside the software. So the first option I would like to discuss are actions. Okay, so it's like a huge database where you can ask the software, show me the actions of the certain team, certain player, from the certain video material, or by comment, field by comment. Okay, so I can ask, okay, show me all the passes by John Doe. Okay, so I can ask the software, show all the passes by John Doe. So I have 2 passes of John Doe. Now I can just select them and click a render selected. So after a couple of clicks, I can generate a cool and solid presentation, highlights, let's say like this, for the John Doe from Belgian team, where we're gonna focus on pass. So you can imagine that if you have a lot of video material and you did a lot of codings and use a lot of codes, you can have very detailed reports, highlights, whatever. So that's the allocation in the software where you can just use the filtered clips and build one presentation, final presentation. So the first batch. Okay, now let's add another element. So we're gonna add the player pie chart, and here let's select the player we would like to check. Let's take it to John Doe, and here we can see the structure, person structure of the event that the player was assigned to, and we can see that we have here like 2 passes, attacking phase, and 1 shot. Okay, what else? Now let's go with the pitch point by tag. So here we can select, let's say, again, pass. Okay, so we can see the passes. Let's check the shot. Okay, we can check the shots. So you can imagine that if you have a lot of data, those maps, heat maps, pitch point maps will be more detailed and more advanced. Of course, you can change the color, and thanks to that, make it more visible, friendly, and stuff like this. Okay, and last thing that I would like to add there is a goal point by tag. So now we can find a shot. Okay, we have shot, and we can see the 1 shot on the left top corner of the goal, and we know that it was saved by goalkeeper, so we can make it as a yellow one. Okay, maybe orange. So that kind of report you can make like more print friendly, and you can export as a PDF file, or you can save it as an image file. Okay. So that's the part of the software where you can prepare a cool report, the data that you can just have till now from the external softwares for the pro teams. Now you can also like store in the software and keep the data, and basing on coding you can prepare such a report, and also for the amateur football, for the youth football, and that kind of report could be really useful for the reports, individual reports of the player, mid-season reports, and stuff like that. So I highly recommend to play around with the reports. Okay, next element I would like to discuss today is the video editor where we can drawing. So let's go like through the path that I think some of analysts can work. Let's go to the coding. Let's open the tagging mode, standard mode, and let's select a couple of clips. So I'll take this one, and let's say I'll take a couple of passes. Okay, and now, in my opinion, is the best work path in the software. So I'm doing the coding. I'm selecting the clips I would like to take for further analyze, like for drawing and final presentation. So I select 5 clips, and now I just click and clip export as monitors from selected. But also from that point you can do the render selected, so you have the separate files on your computer. Here you can cut selected, so you will have those clips cut inside the software. Here you can do the monitors from selected and instantly render as a one solid file. And the first option, the one we're going to use, is monitors from selected, go to video editor. So I'm selecting this one. Here there is a small cool feature. So if I click burnout text, I can set the location, like placement of the subtitles that contain the data from the codes, right? So here you can see the preview. So we have event, time, range, and we have information about the name of the file that we have coded, right? So, okay, confirm. And of course here I can set the, let's see, the visualization, the way that the elements will appear on the subtitles. So on the first line, I would like to have the tag name. So I will put it on the first place. After that, we will have the new line. And for instance, I would like to have the time range, player surname. I don't need media name. I don't need maybe I comment it's something that I need, and I don't need the custom text. Okay, confirm. And now the system have created a project inside the video editor. Okay, so the project that we can see here consists 5 clips that we have selected. So here you can see the subtitles that we have created. Okay, so we have pass and the time range. Okay, so we have the name of the tag that we have used. We have the color that we have set for the tag, and we have the couple of elements. Okay, of course, if you'd like to change something, you just click the new feature here, and you can adjust the subtitles text, the visualization part. So by clicking that small icon, you can just play around with some adjustments, some settings of the subtitles of burnout text. Okay, here we have another cool feature, but in this case we cannot use it because we don't have a cut. So I will try to find the right video and show you how the auto cut works. So let me do it a bit later after we just stop doing our presentation. But I will show you how it works in both cases, in the tagging case, and in a video editor case as well. Okay, so let's go to the drawing. In the LiveTag.Pro, drawings are always marked as a green color. So here we have the 3 green icons: static drawing, hybrid drawing, full dynamic drawing. Here we have another button: static drawing, hybrid drawing, and full dynamic drawing. Right mouse button, and here we have the 3 options: static, hybrid, full dynamic. Let's get started from the easiest way of drawing, the most basic, static. So I'm clicking here, and as you can see on the left side, I have a couple of very basic static effects. So I'll take the highlight. When you click the control or command or control button, you can just copy and paste the element you have added. Okay, by right mouse button you can change the color. Okay, and of course you can catch by the left mouse button, and you can move around the effect. What else? Lines. So you can draw the basic lines. Same situation. Right mouse button. Here you can add some. You can make some adjustments of that line. You can change the style. You can change the color, border, and stuff like that. What else? Shapes. So for instance, if you would like to show the triangle in the formation, you can set it like this. Of course, you can change the color in the same way. Okay, and we have the basic drawing. What to do next is save project. Okay, and that's a cool part. The drawing that you have made is here. It's already injected into final presentation. So we have the video, we have the freeze frame for a couple of seconds with the drawing, and we can go farther. What's even cooler is that you can just like change the time duration of the freeze frame with the drawing, and now you can see that we have a couple of seconds with the drawing, time for talking, and after that we have the video again. Okay, so let's say we would like to do the hybrid drawing in this frame. And what is the difference between the static drawing and a hybrid drawing? The main difference is that in the hybrid drawing, we're also working on the single frame, but you can use the dynamic effects. You can make like the sequence of the effects. Thanks to that, we'll have some kind of animation. Okay, let's check how it works. So create hybrid drawing. In this case, we have to do the auto field mapping, right? So you can see that the software already did it. So the auto field mapping is already made. So we can make a small adjustments if we would like to be a really strict. But to be honest, the first option done by the software is more than enough. Okay, so we have our field mapping done. Thanks to that, the software now knows the dimension and the angles of the camera and dimension of the field. So we'll be able to do some calculations like distance between players and things like that. Okay, when I'm ready with that part, I'm just click done. Okay, we can see on the left side that all we have to do is just select effect that we would like to have and do the assignment to the player. So let's say I'll take the highlight, and there is no need to do any tracking of the players because it is already done in the background, right? So I just select the player that I would like to assign the effect to. On the right side, like always, you can change the color. Okay, here you can change some parameters like the size, like the weight. Yeah, so here you can just play around with the way of presentation. So here you can just play around with that. And now I would like to add some more effects. So for instance, I would like to connect the Belgium players in one line. So 1, 2, 3. That's all. Okay, maybe 4. Yeah. And now what is cool, you can see that I can just change the duration time of the appearance of the effect on the timeline, and I can move it to the right. And thanks to that, we have the sequence of the moves, right? Okay, so the first we have the highlight, after that we have the line. Okay, what else? For instance, I would like to make the formation of the midfielders from Lithuania. 1, 2, 3. And what's cool, I can enable the measure. And as you remember, thanks to the field mapping, I can know the dimensions of the field, and I can calculate the distance between objects on the field, right? So here I can see the distance between the players inside the formation, okay? And for instance, another option here, I can calculate distance between this player and this player, okay? So now you can see that we have a cool presentation that includes a couple of effects, okay? What else? For instance, I would like to draw the zone, okay? So I can catch and draw the zone here. And of course, on the right side, I can change the color of it and stuff like that, right? Of course, we can also draw another shapes like circles, and yeah, we can put it here, okay? And another option. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. Circles. So for instance, I would like to show that this guy is in the wrong place, for instance, in this case. So I can change the circle to the cross mark, and I can change the color to the red one to show to the players during the analyze that, okay, it's not good position to be. And that's, I think, also very useful for the educational purposes to be able to show how the player should behave in that situation. And I think also we can combine that effect with the ghost effect. Okay, so I'll take the guy again, select position, and I can move this guy to the right position in this case. So we can show the wrong position, and after that we can move the player to the right one. Okay, and if we are ready, we can click and save and go back. But before we go there, one crucial information. Sometimes, especially when you have some sun flares, low quality of the grass, or you have the shadows of the trees on the pitch, it is good to check if the king is like done well by the software. Here you can see that we have like the green dot. It means that most probably everything is fine. We can also check it if the effects are visible well. For instance, let's draw the line. Okay, let's say the line like this. Okay, and now we can see the line appears well, right? But when we go to the king, the expected state is like this one, right? So the entire grass, entire field is 1. But as I said, in some cases you can have the situation like this. Okay, so when we just go out to the objects tab, now you can see that we have some glitches on the lines, on the zones, and that's the signal that something is wrong with our king. So here we can see that the dot is red in this case. So all we have to do is just play around with the sliders here to have entire pitch white. And now when we go back to objects, all looks fine, right? So that's something that you have to keep in mind to check from time to time the king, color king, and the signal to check it for sure is the red dot here, or some glitches on the effects, or when you will not be able to add the effects to the players, then also it is worth to check if the king is done well. Okay, so I click save and go back. Again, we have this presentation, let's say this animation of the hybrid drawing inside the final project, final assembling, and the last element that we're gonna add here is the full dynamic drawing. So I'm selecting the clip, so we're gonna take this one. I'm click the third green icon, and now we do the camera tracking in the background, and also we're gonna add a couple of auto field mapping points. In this case, it's gonna be 11. It is important to have it done properly because we're gonna know the dimension and also the angles of the elements assigned to the players will be done properly. So now we can see that the field mapping done by the software is almost perfect. So in my opinion, there is no need to do any correction. So I just click done. And again, there's no need to add to do the tracking before we adding the effects. So let's say we would like to add the line to the defending line of the Lithuania. And now we see that there is a small issue because this player is not visible for the algorithm. So we cannot assign the effect to this guy. What we have to do is just select the effect, and now you can see that next to the cursor icon, we have this more square. So I have to select this guy, okay? And now the system is track the player, let's say manually. So I add the effect to this guy, add to another player, to another player, and to another player. And the tracking is done in the background without like waiting for that. I mean, like you can still working with other players, other effects. But the thing that you have to keep in mind is the new way of player manual tracking. So you just select the player on the pitch, and the software will done the work for you automatically in the background. So now we can see that the effect of the lines are correctly prepared. Okay, cool. And what we can see now, okay, we can see that the player is not visible for a while for the algorithm. That's why the line effect is no longer visible. But you can see now that in the track line, the player number 2 is visible just till this moment for the algorithm. Okay, so we are searching for another moment that the player will be visible for the algorithm. Okay, we can see that he is visible now. And I'm click right mouse button on it. I click correct position, and we can see that it's player number 2. So I click player correct position for the player number 2, and the software is correcting the tracking for the player. And now you can see that the line effect now is visible for entire length of the video, even in the moment when the player number 2 won't be visible for the algorithm. Okay, we can see that there's a small kick. And here we can see another problem, another small issue. So we can see that the effect jumped to another player, but what we can do now is go to the tracking tab, and I just move the player number 0 to the right position. Okay, so let's check if it helps. Okay, maybe we should make another correction at this moment. So I grab the track line number 0 and I assign it to the player again. So let's get back to the effect. Okay, we assign it to the player number 0 and now all is good, right? So we have two options to correct the position. In the case that the player is no longer visible, then we just click right mouse button and we click correct position for the player. Another option is to drag the drag angle around the player and move this tracking point to the right position. So that's something new comparing to the older version of the LiveTag.Pro, when you have to click on the players to track it manually. But in this case, the algorithm is more accurate. The algorithm is more AI, let's say like this. So all you have to do is just set the rect angle on the location, the field, on the object that the player should track. Okay, here we have also some other types of trackers. That CRSRT is good for the ball tracking. So if you'd like to focus on the ball tracking, you can just select another type of the tracker. Then you can track the ball. Same situation. You just select the object you like to track. Okay, and here we can see that we can track the ball. Okay, so we can make a small correction. Okay, and now you can see that the ball is tracking. Okay, let's remove this one. So let's add some more effects to the dynamic drawing. So for instance, I will show you how to make the long pass. So for instance, we would like to show that the guy will pass the ball here, or we can also suggest another option to pass the ball here. Okay, so I can move this effect, let's say from this moment. And I can also add the stop frame for 2 seconds. So I can combine the dynamic drawing with the other option. And we can see now that we have two options of the long pass. And after that, we have the effects that we have prepared before. Okay, what else? We can also connect, let's say, the defending line and the midline of the Belgium into one formation. We're gonna use the polygon effect. So here you can see that we just connect both line in one formation. So we are tracking the players now in the background. So now you can see that all the players are connected, and now they are moving in the formation. Okay, what else? For instance, we would like to enable the measurements, and again we have the dynamic measurements. Okay, so here you can see how the measurements work. Okay, so another effect. In this case, I would like to focus for a couple of seconds on this player using the zoom effect. Okay, so I assign the zoom effect, and I would like to have this zoom effect on the entire screen. So thanks to that, we can just focus on one guy for a couple of seconds, and yeah, we have this guy, and we focus on this guy only. Okay, and we go back to the entire pitch scene. What else? Let's say from this moment, we would like to see how the player is scanning the field. Okay. To manipulate the glimpse effect, like this visual part, is to move. All you have to do is just to move this small black dot, and you can show the scanning, like head motion, to present how often the player is scanning the field. So let's say we would like to make it from this moment, so we can see. Okay, in this moment, the player is looking that direction. Okay, now we can move, to this direction. Okay, again, to this direction. Okay, we see that he scanned the player on the right side. Okay, again, here. So, at the end of the day, we have something like this. So I think it's very important in modern football to show how active the player is in scanning the field and like anticipate what is going on before receive the ball, what is gonna be happen after he receives the ball. So that's a pretty important, I think, effect in nowadays video analysis. Okay, of course we can add some basic elements like the name to the player. Okay, so you can just change the text on the right side. What is cool, I think, when you go here to the I don't know, glimpse effect, you can also enable the text effect, so you can easily add the name by not adding new effect, just by enabling this feature here. So that's something I think pretty handy, and you save a lot of time thanks to that. Okay, what else? We have the speedometer, so we can add the speedometer here to calculate the speed of the player. Okay, we can of course extend the duration time when the effect is visible. Okay, we can also calculate the distance meter. Okay, so we can calculate the distance for this player. Of course, we can extend it a little bit to the right. It's the end of the clip, so that's why. So as you can see, we have a lot of options here. So for instance, here we can just focus on that player, so we can just make a shadow around all other effects. So we have this player here. Okay, we can just make it a bit shorter till the zoom effect. Okay, we have the clip shadowed, and now we have this effect. Okay, what else? For instance, we also have a cool billboard effect. So basically, you can add the text, and here we can change the presentation mode into the line one. We can change the font to that one, and for instance, we can show the formation. So 1 4 4 2. Yeah, and we can just push it on the field, that location. Okay, maybe we can move it a bit to this place. Okay, so as you can see, we have something like this. Okay, when we are ready with our presentation, we can go and click save and go back. But before we go there, we have one more cool feature to show. I removed the zoom effect because it's not that useful in this case. And let's say from this moment, we would like to change the perspective from the camera view to the virtual drone view to see the situation from above, to see this situation from the different perspective. So I'll say the 3D pitch object option, and now you can see that we have a 3D stadium view. Before we go further, I would like to add to my players the caps. So to present the players, I will do the representation of the player by adding such a caps. I will also create the goals. And now I can move the camera. And I can change the angles in that way. Okay, so I have the normal view, and after that I have the virtual stadium view during with which I can present some other elements, and after that I can go back to the real, let's say, real TV cam, right? What's cool, in this view I can also add some effects. So for instance, I would like to connect those two players into the line, so you can see I just did it. Okay, so what is also cool, I think, let's say from this in this case, I would like to also present the view from the perspective of the player. So let's say I would like to see entire game, maybe not entire game, but entire track situation from the perspective of this guy. Okay, of course I can also move the head of this guy, so I can check the perspective, what he or she has seen in this situation, right? So I can move the head and check what is going on, or I can also watch entire situation. Of course, when I move the camera like this, I can look at the player, use this option, and I will focus only on the player that we have selected. So he will be always in the central part, or she will be always in the central part of the presentation, right? Okay, and now when we are ready, I'm gonna click save and go back. And now we have this presentation almost ready to be rendered. But before we're gonna do that, couple of more information about what we can do in the video editor. Okay, so let's say I would like to present. Let's create new one, new player layout. Okay, and as you can see, we have the blank field here. Of course, you can change the color of the background. You can select another pitch for different disciplines, sport disciplines, of course, and you can select the formation. So let's say we're gonna play 4-4-2. We're gonna put the players as the circles. I can change the camera rotation here. I can add the name to the players or position. Okay, so let's say we will have the goalkeeper here, goalkeeper, and when we click right mouse button, we can replace this white dot into the icon. So here you can upload the face of the player or any other icon you want to upload. So let's say I will upload any logo I find on my computer. Okay, so let's say I'll take maybe this graphic. So you can upload the graphic of the player. So you can prepare a nice presentation of your lineup. And what's cool, it don't have to be only the stationary, because if you change it to the rotating, and for instance you change the duration time for 10 seconds, you can make a nice presentation of your squad or your opponent's squad. And such a element you can easily add to your final presentation. So we go to the video editor. Now we're clicking here, and at the end of the presentation here, let's go back to the front, and here we can add this element. So we can filter the list. Okay, show me only the 3D player layouts. Okay, so we have this one, and we have added that to the end of our presentation, right? One more cool feature here. Okay, so now we can go to the tactical board, create new tactical board, and same situation. Yeah, you can select the formation, or you can just start adding manually the player on the field. So for instance, we would like to draw some corner kick animation. Okay, so I'm taking the 4 players, 1 ball. Okay, we can make it a bit smaller here. Okay, I can select the players and make it in one formation. Okay, and in the first frame, the ball will be passed like this. In the same time, the player will move like this. Okay, this player will go here. This player will go here. Okay, in the next frame, the ball will be passed that way. The player will move a bit to the front, and in the last frame, we'll have the shot. Okay, shot. So that's how we can prepare a really basic animation. Okay, of course you can change the name, you can change the circles into the icons, and of course you can also change the way of the presentation. So we can make it like this, we can make it the front view, we can make it side view. Okay, so take a look. Of course we have to set this change, we have to apply the set for all the frames. So thanks to that, we have the presentation like this. Okay, you can also draw the lines to show how all should goes. You can also draw some sectors. You can also add some models, the small goals. You can rotate that. You can make it bigger. You can rotate that. So you can play around and you can prepare entire exercise presentation inside the LiveTag.Pro. So that's another big advantage of the software. Okay, and when we are ready with that, I just click let's get back to the final presentation. Let's go to the end of the presentation. Now filter and show me only the tactical board clips. Okay, and now we have added our corner kick animation to the final presentation. Okay, and we are ready. When we are ready, we just click render, and we have the option render to my computer, or if your club or your individual you have the cloud service like enabled in your profile bought by you, you can also render it directly to the cloud. Okay, so if I click render, I will start rendering this clip. I'll selecting the location, choose, and now you can see that the rendering of the almost 1.5 minute is going pretty fast, right? So I will stop this encoding, and I like to show you 2 more important features. The first one is live streaming. So as you can see, I can just select a couple of options here. So the first one is the SRT protocol, second one is RTMP protocol, and that option require that option require OBS to receive the signal from any camera. So all you have to do is just assign the camera to a computer, find this camera as a device in the OBS. OBS is a free of charge software, and after that you can start capturing the video. So let's try this one. So I click start, and now from that point, if I start receiving the signal, I can start going to the coding mode, or I can start adding another angle. So if I click start streaming in the OBS, you should see here the signal from another here you can see now the signal of my screen. So basically, if I click go to the tagging mode, I will be able to tag any signal from any device. Okay. Now I click start transmission, and here I have another option, capture from URL. So from that point, you can just copy and paste the URL to the public link in the HTTPS protocol or TMPS, and you can also save the file in media library. You can save stream to the file. You can upload stream to the cloud, and this option is really important, especially when you would like to stream the camera view from, let's say, a tactical cam from the back of the goal to the bench. So if you have that strong connection, internet connection, you can use the cloud to stream it to the bench, and that's how it works. Then you can use this feature. And the last element we have here is the cloud that we just mentioned. So you can see here that we have the option to store video, to share video with the players. So you can do the public link and send it via WhatsApp or any other option via email directly from the cloud. You can send it to your players. And I think at this moment we have discussed all most important features of the new version of the LiveTag.Pro.